How do you start this thing? Start.
There you go. There we go. Alright guys, we're back. Yep. Doing a little switcheroo here. This is a bike I used to own that I sold to my buddy there, Larry. And boy oh boy do I miss it. This is a 2021 Africa Twin, Honda Africa Twin. And I got this bike so I could ride her anywhere, any day of the year, and boy can you. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, these are amazing machines. I don't think I could have gave it up unless I was selling it to a buddy and he was looking to get back into the sports bike game, and I said, well, how do you feel about a Honda Africa Twin? So lo and behold, he thought he was ready to buy something like that, so I sold it to him, and I got that Indian there. But man, hopping on this thing makes me regret that. Although listening to the exhaust from back here is satisfying. So, sobriety, what can we talk about while we're on the Africa Twin? How about, I got it. Let's talk about regrets that we had when we were drinking, or, you know, if you currently are still drinking or using. This might hit a little too close to home for you, but it's worth talking about. When I was drinking, I would wake up in the morning and first of all, I'd have to check outside to see if my vehicle was there, and if my vehicle was outside, then chances are I drove home intoxicated, which was not an uncommon thing for me. I was one of those people that, man, if I'm drinking, I am good to drive. I am almost better driving when I'm drunk. And that's a big enough deal in itself. I mean, drinking and driving. And I know that's a lot of honesty, but I'm making this channel to help out people that need it. And I'm willing to be 100% honest with you guys. Yeah, the regrets in the morning were the worst. Look at that guy. Look at him. And I know the hangovers and the sorrow and all that, that's a sad subject, but I honestly use these tools now to help people out, so I enjoy talking about it. I'm not ashamed of telling people, yeah, he's having too much fun. But more so than that, I think what drove me into the meetings was the fact that I couldn't look myself in the mirror in the mornings, let alone go and talk to my wife, ask her, is there anything I did or said last night that was regrettable? Because, you know, I didn't want to know the answer to that. I already knew the answer to that. The answer is yes, I just didn't know the specifics. And those hangovers, man, oh, that is probably the biggest reason, the hangover. There towards the end, the only way I can get over a hangover was to go in my basement where there's very little windows and shut all the lights off and put a pillow over my head until I felt good enough to come out, which is typically around 8 to 12 hours. I mean, it was sad and it was pathetic. But anyway, if anybody else feels comfortable sharing their experiences, please do. Man, it is a challenge to talk and ride at the same time. I'm gonna have to figure that out, especially when I'm trying to keep up with my buddy who's riding the hell out of my brand new Indian. We're breaking in that engine. He don't care. This is what it's about, though. If I never got sober, I would have never given myself the opportunity to learn how to ride motorcycles. And am I thankful. And more so than that, there's so many people that I wouldn't know now that I've met through sobriety that I would never have met if I would have stayed in my cups, so they say. And by the way, if you hear me saying in my cups, that's just a way of saying when I was drinking. Man, the decel on this bike, I remember that. It just doesn't get any better handling wise than on these adventure bikes. I just wish they had inline 4s in them, really. I think that would make them hella fun, but it doesn't need any more power. I'm just nitpicking. I think I saw a YouTube video once that said that these African Twins were the slowest of the adventure bikes. And if that's true, I would be dangerous on any other brand. But this is by far the most comfortable seating position you get. I mean, you think about being low to the ground and kick back like up there on my cruiser, you think that's pretty comfy. You gotta hop on one of these. I mean, it's just, I don't know, you can see where my knees are, you can see where my arms are. I could put some miles down here, and I have. This was my bike. I guess I just missed the rumble of a V-twin is all. I don't think he's very comfortable on that bike. He's a big dude. I did put forward controls on it, but they're just, if they're a little more forward, it'd help out a lot. I did order a Syndicate seat for it, is what they're called, and that should be arriving within this week, so put that on and see how comfy she is.